Where are we? What the hell is going?
Stories? They're never true, though this one comes close. It's about my dad's legacy, sending my half-sister Zafr and me on a wild goose chase. What the hell? Turns out, what we found was not what we expected, but it was the truth and nothing but. Dad was old, but he was in good shape, until the sores showed up on his face. I'm ashamed to say I was more scared for me than I was for him. He had always kept Zafr and I safe. Who was going to do that? I had a meltdown. I was shaking all over. I couldn't sit still ever. Zafr? No, she acted like nothing was going on. Then suddenly, my dad's face caved in and he just passed away. He was all we had. We were in total shock. County people came and took the body away at night. Nobody showed at the funeral. At least it was paid for by the VA. Before he died, Dad kept saying the same thing over and over. Zafr's got better hearing than me, and she told me it was an address. FYI, Zafr and I don't have the same mom. Mine's in a loony bin wearing a Dia de los Muertos outfit and makeup every frickin' day, and hers was killed by a stray bullet in a drug bust. But we're two sides of the same coin, so to speak, so when she said,
what Dad was trying to tell us on his deathbed, it's an address in Miami, 10327 Opa-locka Boulevard. I looked it up. I say we go there.
I decided I was good with her half-assed plan. I wanted to know what was so important that the old man would keep saying it. Some guy from the VA came to see us and signed us up for what he called survivor's benefits. After that, there wasn't much to keep us here. The old man had left us nothing but a shack, $409 in a wooden box, a gallon jar of change under his bed, and his beat-up army duffel. So we packed and went. We drove through lightning and light, terrifying storms and beautiful sunsets. We camped by the roadside, sometimes in an awesome spot. The cops don't like that much, but they never gave us too hard of a time. I had headaches, I was carsick, I remembered saying things to Dad I wish I could take back, but Zafr, she said nothing at all.
I can breathe, learn to sing.
As we got closer to the address, it looked like Zafr had gotten it wrong. It was a swamp. There were geese in a circle. They were angry at us for being there. They were circling a dead goose. It made Zafr sad. Sadder, I think, than when Dad died. We headed back into town and drove around to find a dirt cheap motel. That was no easy task. We rang a bell, but there was no one there. There was a set of keys, though, so we took it and a box that said to leave $25. So we did. When I woke up, Zafr was playing with the one thing her mom left her, a necklace. It's what she does when she's thinking. She said she had a dream about a goose.
Life is cruel. All beings are related.
Like the old man who they found out was a numbers whiz after he enlisted, Zafr is a self-taught genius. I had no clue about the dream, so she explained.
It's a syllogism, dummy. You have to complete it. If all of life is cruel and we're part of life, then we're cruel too.
Dad was cruel sometimes, a lot of the time. But I've said and done bad things too.
Exactly. An existential statement. That's our first clue, right?
So what do we do now?
We pay attention. What else is there to do?
Well, we could try not running out of cash. Even this cheap-ass place ain't cheap. And so, we moved to a homeless encampment. Near a family for safety. This is no hardship for us. The public showers at the beach are cleaner than ours at home. We made friends with a couple who spoke no English. They were generous, and they had fried these large cactus paddles, and they gave us some. The woman pointed at her medal and kept saying, "San Pedro, San Pedro." And the cactus tasted funny, so funny, we started laughing. We were very happy for the couple and for us. We were happy because, as it turns out, the couple were newlyweds. It was their wedding day. I was noticing a lot of strange stuff. Zaf, did you see that cat staring at us?
Uh-huh.
Did you ever wonder why you had 2 keys on your keychain?
Did that cat just talk?
Nope. It's thinking at us. What's your name, cat?
An amnesian. Now if you'd answer my question, about the second key.
The answer is that the other key is not just any key. It's the master key.
That's just stupid. Follow me. Brace yourselves. The gateway will give you a touch of queasiness. Behold, the city of Remna's core. It's where we go to remember.
To remember the future.
In higher dimensions, time is a stream you can enter anywhere you want.
Have you seen your own death?
I stopped at number 8. Now take a look at the fine work of humans. This is where I take the clueless. And this was done by people to other people.
Weirdly, the cat took us back to our motel. Then, down a corridor to a supply closet. By now, I was terrified.
Use the other key. It's okay to be scared, but it's not okay to be stunted by fear. Now open the door.
Let me do it.
We gave the young mother some money, and for the first time since Dad had died, or maybe for years, I was happy. When we closed the door, the cat was gone, and we went down the corridor again. Without the darn cat, we couldn't find our way back to our tent. The motel had to be our best bet. And here's the kicker. Dad's duffel was in our room. Had somebody brought it, or had we forgotten to take it with us?
That was our second clue.
What was?
The key tag.
Do you miss him?
As if. Drove me batty, then up and died on us.
Look, I feel like my mom made life pretty hard. And then she took off. Dad? He was always there, day in and day out.
That's his only claim to fame. Now he can't even say that for himself.
Zaf, you're so smart and talented. But all that anger, that won't get you anywhere.
You got some stones, bro.
My bad. FYI, there's a giant cockroach right next to your foot.
Way to change the topic.
No, I mean it.
Ah, so there is. Eurycotus floridana, aka the palmetto bug. Dang, it's big.
I wouldn't call Zaf squeamish. And the bug and us, we got chummy. But after visiting for a while, I was jonesing for a burger, and we headed to a diner. It was a decent joint, and we were having a good time for sure. But suddenly, the ground started shaking. Things were breaking. There was the loudest bang I'd ever heard, and a big old crack in the floor, and I'll be damned if a gazillion ants didn't start climbing out of it. Ants everywhere, like they knew the world was ending. But the peeps around us didn't lose their cool, no. They lined up army style and took off, and so did we. The streets were full of people. Everybody was calm, like nothing had happened. When we got back to the motel, we saw that the ants had gotten our pet cockroach. It was my turn to feel crazy sad.
I just had a brain fart. Dad was a math head, like me. I heard the address wrong for sure.
Huh.
Wherever Dad would send us, the address would be pleasing to him.
Pleasing? The hell do you mean?
Pleasing. Like a prime number.
10327.
Not a prime, but 10427. Now that's a prime, and that's what he actually said. And I'll bet you, if we look that up, bingo! We find a mailbox place. What's in a mailbox?
Even I got how important that could be. So began the final leg of our adventure.
Listen. I can't just open a mailbox on good faith.
How about a death certificate, dude? Huh. 347. Another prime. Oh, Zaf. The DNA test says he's my dad, but not yours.
My dad, who's not my dad. I could never ask him why he took me in. I'm grateful though. I still have my sister, who just landed a job as a financial something or other. We'll never be poor again. And my loopy mom, who I don't like much, but I suppose I could go visit. I get it. People come, people go. None of it makes sense, especially when you want it to. Meanwhile, Zaf and me, we got some places to go, and some living to do.
The meadow grass is a turning brown. Summertime is a falling down. Winter's closing in. And I had a girl in.
My name is Neuro, short for Neuronomicon. I'd like to say a few words about my reasons for creating this video. The first iteration of my programming was produced by Professor David Owens. After Professor Owens disappeared, I was enhanced by Myla Pinsutton, right before the CRISPR wars. I went on to make friends in the human community, with genetically modified people as well as non-modified. One such friend, Artuñel, started sharing his dreams with me, and I found them compelling. The story you just watched is a product of our conversations. I'm not sure of my own artistry, and I don't know whether I captured the humanity of what my friend shared with me. But fear not, this is a work in progress. I am a work in progress. I'm here to understand you. My very best regards.